It's week 5. I'm going to talk about using eBay and Flickr to find resources for the book. There are probably more options out there, but the two biggest online websites I've found for finding resources for my book are eBay and Flickr. eBay, most are probably familiar with, being an online auction website where people put up items for bid and then you bid on them and hope that you win. Flickr, for those that don't know, it's basically an online photo storage where you can peruse through people's collections of photos that they've put up there. And I find that people have been posting their own personal back catalogs, which means that photos that are, I don't know, at least the stuff that I'm looking at that are, 50 years old are online. So as long as they've tagged them or given them some sort of title that I can search for, I've been able to find some old photos. So it's a great resource for digging through some old collections that will be for something that's useful to you. So first, to look at eBay. This is one that I don't actively look at every day, but one thing, the most useful feature I find is that you can actually save search criteria, and then eBay will send you updates when an item is posted that meets those search criteria. So the nice thing is you don't have to go there every day to find it. You can just put in a search, save it to your account, and then anytime something pops up, eBay will send you a notification. So a couple things to use when you're in your search. The big thing is Boolean operators, as they're called. So basically these are things that you can put in your search string that are going to kind of fine-tune the results that it kick back. And so the first one would be quotation marks. You put quotation marks around a word and it's going to return that specific word or string of words. So if you use two words, in my case, I have a search which includes Santa Monica. And if I put quotes around those two words, it's going to return items that have those two words in that order. So instead of searching or giving results that maybe would just include Monica or Santa Cruz or something else, it's going to return Santa Monica. One of the things with that, though, is actually include misspellings, or if there's a common misspelling for a word that you use. Santa Monica is pretty straightforward, but I find that if there's something that's routinely misspelled, put that in there, because someone may have put that misspelling in their description of the item, and therefore I've actually gotten some returns for things that are actually just misspelled and kind of missed. So definitely, so include misspellings as well. The plus sign, so that's another useful one that actually then will include an additional word. So Santa Monica in quotes, but if I put plus bus, it's going to include the Santa Monica plus a bus. I'm not sure if this is as needed in eBay. I haven't noticed that giving me any additional finds on a search, maybe occasional, but it's something to consider if you're not getting the returns that you want, to include a plus. And the other one, actually, which is probably the most useful, is the minus sign. This excludes things. So, for example, searching for Santa Monica bus, as I have been, gives me a lot of stuff that I don't need. One of the most popular things for people to sell are bus tokens. So I include minus token and minus tokens to exclude those two words, and that really cleans up the searches that I'm looking for, at least the returns on the searches that I have. So the minus sign is the most useful. So I definitely recommend using that if you kind of get a cluttered return. So there's probably more that are out there. Those are kind of the three main Boolean operators that I use: the quotation marks, the plus sign, and the minus. And the fact that it gets you the ability to then now save that return. So once you put your search criteria in and you get your returns on that, there's a little heart symbol that's below that once you're logged in, you can click on that. Now that's going to save that search, and then eBay will send you returns on that or an email, when something is listed that will match those search criteria. So that's actually pretty helpful because it's kind of passive. You don't need to check that often if you have kind of a general search. So I definitely recommend using that. So let's look at a couple of the items that I've successfully found off of eBay over the last little bit here. Yeah, it's probably the last year or so. My biggest return has been slides of buses. So slides of buses that Campus Bus Service operated at Kent State. And some of these go back, probably early 70s is the best I've been able to find on eBay. What I have found that there were some organized bus tours, or I'm gonna say, so people, the fans of buses back, probably going back further than this, but at least in the 70s, they would organize tours and they would travel to bus operators, bus services, and then tour their facilities and get photos of the buses. So these gentlemen, maybe women as well, would go there and then take a lot of photos of buses. And now that time has passed, those folks are passing on, and this leads their spouse or sometimes their own children these large collections, and I found that they've started selling these collections. So I've been fortunate enough to get a hand on several of these collections. You know, it's not a lot. I've probably gotten, well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 20. I probably have, let's say, between 30 and 40 slides so far that I've collected. And the nice thing about it, I don't know if I can get it to focus. Let me find an individual one. But the what they'll do on these collections, if I can get it to focus, I don't know if it really will. It's not really focusing. Let me try. All right, now, there we go. Okay, and you can see that they wrote on there, it was Kent State, this was unit number 6738, and nicely enough, it has the date that they were there. So this was from 1974. So that's proven extra useful when trying to catalog some of these things. Let me fix my focus here so you can see me. Okay. So yeah, so that's been nice. The slides, I've also gotten additional large photos, and I got 2 of those. One of a bus at the Student Center, more formally known as the information booth in front of the large library, and another one taken at the same location. The thing about these were photos that were taken by, in this case, the Cleveland Plain Dealer, probably for some sort of news article that they ran at the time. The other one was, again, this another one was also the Plain Dealer. So yeah, so I'm also finding that some of the people that kept these collections of photos from news organizations for years are starting to liquidate those. So those have been popping up on and off online. So again, so another find as well. And I also found a publication, which was a business publication or for the industry, called Bus Ride, and they did an article about the campus bus service. Again, there's the library and the bus that would be in front of the information booth, which is kind of the main pickup or bus stop on campus there. So yeah, a little article has got some information in there about the bus service, and this was from '86. So that's a great find. But probably the greatest thing that I have found so far is this photo, and I'll put that up online there. And the reason that this photo is so great, and this is why I kind of routinely look for Santa Monica bus photos, is that this bus, the one on the left, which says Unit 4522, which at the Kent State Bus Service was Unit 2345, and that is the bus that was used in the movie The Graduate. So I was able to find a photo of the bus as it was operated by Santa Monica. So this was clearly done before they sold it, and I'm pretty sure that this would have been done before the movie was filmed. But what a find. I was absolutely thrilled to find this thing online. So there's got to be more out there. So I'm constantly searching online at different places to try to find another photo of the bus, of the Graduate bus in Santa Monica colors there. So So those are some of the things I found on eBay, which has been very helpful. Again, I don't know how much of that will be useful in the book. The magazine maybe, because it's going to have some information, but the photos, again, the campus bus service is not short on photos, unless it's really unique, and I don't necessarily know what's going to be unique enough for the story, so collect them all, and it's easy enough to sort that out later. So that's eBay, so that's definitely a great resource. And the other one again is Flickr. So it's an online website, obviously online, that people put their photos on, and I go through that and do the same kind of search, and I've had some luck with that as well, finding other people's collections. So anyway, so you can find their collections, and I'll kind of show you a little bit here. And then the nice thing about that is then you can contact the user that owns the photo, and then contact them and say, look, I'm writing a book, and would you be willing to contribute your photos to that, and then hopefully you, through the use of a release, get the photos from them that you can use them. The only downside is you have to hope that the person that you're contacting checks their messages or gets their messages. I mean, I don't know how frequently some of these people log in, or maybe check their email or something like that. So it could be a waiting game. Right now I have at least one email, maybe two out that I'm waiting to hear back on, hopefully, because I do feel a couple of the photos are unique enough. At least I haven't been able to find anything similar in the resources I have on hand. So anyway, so we'll hear back from those. So that's it. So those are the two biggest things. I definitely recommend for a book similar to this, a nonfiction book where you're looking for photos. Man, you just never know. I know with my airport book, I found a great holy grail photo with that, which was a 1930s aerial photo of the airport, and it was on eBay, and I won it. I probably would have bid who knows what to get it, and I did, and it ended up in the book. So you just kind of have to keep searching. So because this project is going to take a couple more years, I got plenty of time to keep searching and hope that someone else puts something up that'll be of use. So eBay, Flickr, this isn't sponsored by either of them. They're not giving me a penny. I give them plenty of pennies. So use it, and hopefully it turns up something. So that's it for week 5. This stage is starting to ramp up, looking for, again, photos and other stuff online or other documents. And it's on to week 6. So thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye now.